poop, poop. Hi, I'm Malish.
And I'm Zoe. And this is Keeva the Pickle.
And this is our 2007 Auto Trail Tracker, who we've named Melvin. In this video, we're going to give you a full tour of Melvin, talk about how we went from this to this, and from this to this. We're going to talk about what you can expect from a motorhome of this age, what we love and things we wish were different. We'll show you all the renovations we've made, perhaps some ideas you could try too. We'll give you a thorough tour both outside and inside. The first thing our eagle-eyed viewers notice is that Melv is a left-hand drive motorhome. When we decided to get a van, we knew our dream was to travel around Europe, and as I'm not the world's most confident driver, I wanted the steering wheel to be on the side that would make driving in European countries easiest. And actually driving a left-hand drive in the UK has not been a problem at all, because the visibility is so good from the Ducato cab, so there's no regrets on that front at all. So this is Melv, our Auto Trail Tracker EKS from 2007, built on a Fiat Ducato. One of my favourite things we got from Melv is these mirror guards. We've had quite a few times where we've bumped into another oncoming vehicle, especially a van that's got sticking out wing mirrors as well. We did smash a wing mirror once, so we got these. They really stand out. People give us a wider berth, more room when we're passing. They have saved the mirrors a couple of times, but people tend to avoid them more than bumping into them now as well. Electric hookup plug here. And in this flap here we've got a couple of leisure batteries. It's got a locker here which you can access from inside. It goes under the bench, so we keep all our accoutrements for outside in there. That's the vent for the heater when we're using it on gas. We've got an outside shower point. The shower connector is great because you can turn it on and off with like a pinch switch, and you can change the temperature of it as well when you're out here, which is great for the dog. She gets all sandy and stuff. We can rinse her off before going in. You can have a warm shower yourself outside if you want. It's the cassette toilet locker. I've got a bike rack with a really nasty bag on it at the moment. We're going to swap this for a proper back box. Hold the phone. Have you seen how expensive back boxes are? This one leaked, but we think it's because it had no structure to keep the lid from sagging. So I just built a frame to go inside, and we'll see if that does the job. Here we've got an outside gas point with a resident little spider, so you can have your outdoor barbecue. Freshwater inlet, got a habitation guard, so this handle swings across the habitation door and you can lock it shut. The vents for the fridge. They've got some covers so that in the winter you can stop drafts coming in. Gas locker, there's room in there for 2 big gas bottles, so you've got one and a spare, which is good. Come on, let's have a nosy inside then.
If you like our unique style of video, please
Like, comment and subscribe.
It really helps us out.
Melvin came with his original carpet and decor, which was looking a bit dated. The first change I made was to get rid of all the hideous yellow curtains that were on every window. Next job was to recover the sofa cushions with something more contemporary and more practical, easier to keep clean with the dog. I covered them with white faux leather, which is wipeable, and we also used throws as well, as Keeva likes to dig the sofas. The next job I did was to wrap the cupboard doors in vinyl, which was the first video I made on our YouTube channel. I thought I'd make a video about how to recover the cupboard doors on your motorhome. It goes a bit orange over the years, so I wanted to freshen it up, make it look brighter inside and more contemporary, so this is the effect I'm going for. Doing this made a huge difference to the feel of the interior, so much lighter, more spacious and modern feeling. I only covered the main doors as I like the contrast between the white and the wood effect. When that was finished, it was time to be brave and tackle the floor. The carpet was minging. You might have seen the video we made about replacing the carpet with vinyl. That was a relatively easy job and was so worth the effort, as the result has transformed the van. It's now really easy to keep clean, and we think it looks much better as well. What do you think? Let's have a look at our bathroom then. It's got a lovely big mirror. It's acrylic as well, so it's not heavy and it's not going to smash. And I did the floor. The floor was a bit shabby, so I just used an offcut of vinyl for in there. The same thing as when I did the floor for the rest of Melv. Made a template and cut it out, sealed it in. The small areas always fiddlier, aren't they, like bathrooms. Used to have a towel rail halfway across the mirror, which is kind of crazy. Couldn't use the whole mirror, so I got a different towel rail, a swiveling one. It's got 2 arms on it. You can hang 2 lots of towels, one for me, one for Zoe, and you can push it out of your way when you want to go into the shower itself. And also you can push one of the arms over the shower if you've got more wet things to hang up and you want them to drip into the shower. It's a really nice shower. There's plenty of room to go in there and turn around. I put this extending curtain rail pole in there so that we can hang up hangers with wet things on as well. And it's the bath mat. I just cut it to fit around the toilet. I painted the bathroom walls as it was quite tired looking before, and I took out the horrible soap dish and toothbrush holder that just got in the way. I varnished it to make a sealed backsplash around the sink, and added the soap dispenser so no more soap bottles flying around. Need to change the tap because you can see it's got air coming into it through a leak somewhere, but I will do that and cover it in a future video. I changed the kitchen tap as it was leaking water into the cupboard underneath, which was a bit of a nightmare. And we've got a video on our channel all about how I learned to plumb in a new kitchen tap as well. The window, when we got it, was just clear. I put this rainbow film on it so that we could stand in here and not be on display. There's plenty of storage. Storage for your toilet rolls and all the stuff. Got a first aid kit in there. That's really come in handy because I seem to just always have little injuries when we're away in Melv. Don't know why. You've got to have a good supply of plasters and stuff. Oh, we've got a skylight. We're lucky to have a skylight and a window because it's not nice to be in a dark bathroom, I think. So that's about it for the bathroom. Do you want to have a look at the kitchen? Let's go. So, on the door of the bathroom I put a stick-on whiteboard which is also magnetic, and then we can write stuff we need. We're very lucky to have a microwave. It's only 700 watts. I think it's the original microwave that came with it, but it's great for doing your baked beans. We've got 3 gas burners and an electric hot plate on the hob, which is useful if you've got no gas left. But otherwise we never use the electric hot plate because it takes much longer than the gas hob to boil a kettle. We do bring our coffee machine with us when we got electric hookup, and it's quicker than boiling the kettle anyway. We can use it for tea and coffee. We're lucky enough as well to have a full oven and grill. We call this the Pickle gate. When we don't want Keeva to get out, we put that across. It's got a little lock on it there, so if it's windy it won't open. And then it has magnets on the door and it just stays shut and the pickle can escape. And she won't jump over that. We've got a funky little bin. It's got a clip in there and you can hinge the whole thing forward to put the bin bag in and tuck it round nice and neat. Oh, this is a good idea that Zoe had, the privacy curtain. This curtain makes the whole bathroom area 3 times as big. Speed this bit up. When the curtain is pulled all the way across and the bathroom is open, you've got all this space then to get changed. Nobody can see you from the front. So that was a brilliant idea from Zoe. And also we've got a bead curtain. It's quite effective at keeping the flies out. We've got a lovely big counter in Melv for preparation. This is our Wi-Fi little box here, MiFi thing. So we can just put a SIM card in that. We've got Wi-Fi as long as there's a signal. I put this thing up here for charging phones, so the phone just sits in there, just stick on. Keep this bubble on here because the kitchen roll sometimes completely unwinds when you're driving along. That's happened a couple of times, so we put this hair bubble around the kitchen roll before we set off so it doesn't unwind. We've got a decent sized fridge, plenty of room in there with a little freezer box. Oh, and that's our control panel up there. It's so simple. You just got your leisure battery level, your vehicle battery, wastewater, which doesn't work. Apparently they kind of go wrong a lot, so that doesn't tell you an accurate level. I think the sensor goes a bit funny in there, but you can tell because the water won't drain away as quickly. You know your water needs emptying your wastewater. Oh, that's your fresh water level. Actually that's your wastewater. That's telling me there's none in there, which is not true. That's turning your power off and on. That's turning the water pump on and off. And that's the awning light. No idea why they label it auxiliary, it's just the awning light. We love our old-fashioned simple system. Oh, these are some light switches for putting on big lights along there. And then you've got your heating system here, so you've got the electric control. If you're on electric hookup, you can adjust the amount of wattage. You can have it 500, 1000, 2000, depending on how much current you want to draw and how hot you want the system to be, and then you can turn it up and down with a more refined control here. You have to turn a switch on in the Keeva. There's a switch in there as well for the water heater and for the heating system. And that side is if you're on gas, you're using your heating on gas, and your boiler, just turn it up and down. Got our heater down here, really standard Truma heater. Don't look at the dust. Works on gas and electricity if you've got hookup, and it's got blown air, so we've got air vents along the benches and one in the bathroom, which is lovely to have toasty bathroom, toasty showers. And here we've got our living area, which also becomes our bedroom. Like, we did try sleeping up there together, but it was a bit too squishy. I was in the front and my face pressed right up against the bubble. I felt a little bit claustrophobic, and Zoe thought she was going to fall out all the time being on the outside, so we didn't stick with that. We pull these sofas together now in the night, and it's a huge bed.
A giant bed.
It's bigger than a Super King, so we've got so much room because we need it for the dog. She takes up loads of room, don't you? No. She's got her little food area down there. Have a drink. Good girl. What a good girl. And then in here we've got our fire extinguisher down here, and in the door we've got a fire blanket, just in case. We don't keep a lot in there because things tend to fly out. I'm going to put some drawers in there, I think some drawer runners, so we can make better use of that space. We also have an extractor fan which pushes air in both directions. Can draw air in on a hot day or push it out if you're cooking. That runs on 12 volts as well, so you can use it off grid. Got a lovely big wardrobe, which is, don't look in there actually, it's chaos. We did have shelves in there. We need to get some more proper shelves. We got a couple of these fabric hanging shelves, one each. We find them very effective for organising our clothes. We got one of these things too, which looks a bit strange, but you can fit tons of rolled up t-shirts and small items in there. It's great, very cost effective and easy to install. We got these throw cushions that are like camping cushions. They're kind of wipeable, but you can put them in the washing machine as well. Painted the walls in the kitchen to make them more wipeable and a little bit sparkly. But I like the finish in here. It's just kind of like wallpaper. It's oatmeal. I don't think it looks dated. It's warmer looking than if it was just white.
We have concertina blinds and fly screens. We're not too pleased with the concertina though, because they tend to fail quite easily, don't they?
Yeah, they're just kind of made of papery material, and they break at the sides where they're threaded through the runners. So we want to replace the blinds with just roller blinds that got silver on the back, and then you roll it down a bit further and it's got insect mesh on it, so and you've got everything you need. So we'll be doing that soon. In here you've got your tools and bits and bobs, and we've got our electricals. Electricals, that sounds so Bristolian. Electronics system in there, power converter and stuff. And the satellite receiver that we never use. I replaced some of the lights. These were the original lights, I think. They're alright, they're good actually, because you can replace the bulbs in them, but just to update it a bit, I placed them this side. Haven't got round to the other side. This is a dimmable one, and it has a USB socket, which is really useful. We've got these little plastic blocks here, which are like window locks. It works because you can't get to the handle from the outside to push it up. We've got some other little security devices that we've purchased, and we'll do another video about adding extra security to your motorhome. We've got our swivelling captain's chairs. Don't tend to swivel the driving one though, because I like to keep it in that position, because it's just exactly the right position for me to reach the pedals. So I don't want to move it. And I sit in the passenger seat to do my little bits of editing and stuff. We've got a folding little step stool that fits perfectly in there. I can put the laptop on that, or a glass of wine in the evening. I put this perspex shelf here just for putting a coffee mug on, because when you're sat here you've got nowhere to put your coffee mugs. It's technically a 4-berth motorhome, although it's only got 2 belted seats in the front. It's a 4-berth motorhome because you can obviously have 2 more tiny people sleeping up there. And there's a little window up there, which is nice if you do sleep up there. Sometimes I'd like to have a little lie down up there if I just want a break from the world. It's like a little nest to retreat up to. We've got our smoke detector up there. You've got to have it a certain distance from the walls and all that sort of thing, so I tried to put it in a sensible place. If it goes off, it will be totally deafened because it's so loud. And then on the wall there is our little CO2 detector, which is so important to have. This one made for motorhomes and boats, apparently. So it's intended for small spaces anyway, so that's good. You can access the cupboards under here. This one you can access from the outside to get all your bits and bobs for outside out. This one you can only access from the inside, but you can lift the benches up as well to access everything from above because it's not a very big hole to get your hand in.
Overall, he might be dated, he might be getting on in his years. He's now 17 years old, but I think it's still a great motor. It's really comfortable, but doesn't squeak and rattle all that much. The things that rattle when we go along are the plate and the cutlery. It's still well built. I'm very pleased with Melvin. No wish to change it.
It would be nice to have a fixed bed, so you don't have to make the bed every night, but yeah, it takes minutes to make the bed. I don't think there's anything I'd like to change about Melvin.
He's still manoeuvrable, isn't he? Well, obviously I'm not driving, but the fact that Melvin's 6.5 metres is not so long as to warrant worrying about going into car parks.
He really has quite a surprisingly tight turning circle, which I have had to make use of at times.
You have turned round in places I thought you'd never manage.
Yeah, mostly because I follow the sat-nav up stupid little lanes. I am learning to say no to the sat-nav voice.
Proceed to the route.
Hello, Siri. Oh my gosh, you can't be kidding, I'm not going up there.
Turn left.
No. We like the fact that all his systems are really simple to use and have raised buttons and controls rather than touch screens because, well,
I can use them.
yeah, being visually impaired, a touch screen is a bit useless.
So what do you think to your motorhome? How does your motorhome or camper van compare to Melvin? Have you got a newfangled all singing, all dancing? Or are you like us with a slightly older model and really happy with it? Let us know in the comments section. Really appreciate it.
Bye for now.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
It's a wrap.
Hi, I'm Malish and I love travelling in our van. You have to go left a bit.
Hi, I'm Zoe and I'm severely sight impaired, but I still love going out in Melvin the motorhome.
What are you doing?
Hi, I'm Keeva and I'm a Pickle.
Hello, I'm Melvin the Motorhome.
And together we want to travel the world.
And we hope you join us on our adventures.
Poo poo.